Was keeping Carmichael in the booth and tossing Daniel Blair worth it? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The passion to race for Ricky Carmichael has always been obvious, but is it also more of an obsession with being the best? Back in 2002, Ricky had switched to Team Honda before dominating the AMA Supercross Championship and set the record for AMA 250cc National Motocross Racing, where he won every moto that he entered that season, going 24-24, which has earned him a perfect season, making U.S. motocross history. He is also said to be the GOAT of the sport, where he is notable for winning AMA 450cc Motocross National Championship 7 times and the Supercross 5 times. Looks like Jett might be on his way to the history books as well, so watch out. He also tried to compete in NASCAR. It was short-lived, but as a NASCAR race car driver from 2008 to 2011. Many people have different thoughts on this champion, as he is currently the host and commentator for Supercross and motocross main events. After retirement, he continued to be involved, as he also is known to be a big investor with money, time, and his words, as well as a manager and owner of a race team. I wanted to talk about Ricky for a little bit due to all the online buzz about what's going on behind the scenes. There were rumors about his feud and dislike for Daniel Blair, which has many, and I mean many, fans of the sport in an uproar, as Daniel is very loved. Now, I will say this is all speculation. Please don't take it as fact. Do your own research to make and come to your own conclusions. The past couple of years, Carmichael has been struggling with his analyst and commentating position with the network, as spectators and viewers seem to want him tossed out of the booth. Last we talked, I had mentioned how him and James Stewart do well with each other, but it seemed like for some time, at least in the very beginning, James was there to finish Ricky's sentences and smooth out all those bumps. Both grew up in Florida in similar settings. They both agreed that they were competitive back in the day, but always respectful and not really considered rivals. Ricky openly explained how it is different from his competitiveness with someone like, say, Chad Reed, who he was very eager to, I just want to beat him. Having James Stewart beside him definitely helps him when hosting. We could see that it's definitely a little bit better. It's not great, but it's a little bit better than it has been from last year. I can't lie. They do have a nice, respectful vibe with each other. And James does bring some freshness to the table. James has openly said in the past that he felt that Ricky was always the pedestal, but he always kept in mind that if he was at the top of the mountain, and James too happened to be alongside of Ricky, it's a blessing to be that high up and the air is just as fresh. Last week, Danger Boy Deegan and Yamaha dropped a teaser for Hayden Deegan, where Ricky makes an appearance hanging out with Brian Deegan, the father. In this environment and film setting, Ricky is much more likable to many, as he jokes around and seems a bit more comfortable than he is in suit and tie in the booth on camera. For some reason, you can also see and notice this when Ricky does podcasts. He's much more approachable and relatable. He seems to speak and tell stories much better when he's not on a mainstream news station broadcast camera. Look, if you ask me, he's smart and clearly has skill, but does that make him good at commentating a live race? No. Some people are just natural at it. I mean, Daniel Blair is excellent at it, and the Weege. The Weege, though, is a freaking machine at it. Many want to see Daniel Blair back in the booth or even alongside track, just as long as we get to see him on camera for something related to the sport. He's awesome. The guy is a great dude on and off the camera. And if you have not, check out the interview he did with Adam Cincerello on his podcast, Plugged In. It was amazing. Those two together would make an awesome booth duo. Adam is still currently racing and riding and doing the best he can with his struggles, but he too also seems to be good, strong-willed, minded, and has a pure soul for this sport. The rumors swirling around Daniel Blair continue to make waves as lots of fans hope it's true that his name is in talks for possibly helping the push of WSX, as the main opener for Worlds turned out to be lackluster and quite a letdown. Still, though, watch and support it, you guys. In time, it will get better, but it takes baby steps in the very beginning. They need to find their footing. Isn't more racing and more dirt bikes on television better than none at all? Well, tell me what you guys think of all this in the comments down below, and I will see you in a new video soon. I'm Leenda, and that's for the record, Your Honor.